Hello guys, today we're going to do practice strokes doing morning glory and a couple of different ways to do morning glory. And here's kind of a simple way with a ruffled, which looks pretty, and then a little bud, but this one has the shape of how the petals actually are in real life. We've got some pinks coming through the trumpet and how to make that happen. And so I like teaching you different florals and teaching you how to make that happen, because that same flower stroke might be a great stroke for an orchid or some other flower in your garden. Okay, so let's get started. All right, the first thing I'm going to do is take my double loader and put some floating medium in the middle, the fluff that's inside paint with no pigment. I'm going to be using magenta, and these are all multi-surface colors, okay? FolkArt multi-surface on all sorts of surfaces. And I don't use it on fabric, but most any other thing that you want to paint on. So I've used magenta, wicker white, or titanium white. This is cobalt hue. Then there's citrus green, sap green, or you might even can use thicket. This is actually thicket. Okay, so we're ready to go. Those are the colors that you're going to need. I have used an angle brush, and I was looking, this is just one of my brushes I had at HSN or QVC, but this angle brush size right here is a 3/8. I have a 3/8 and a couple of my lines of angle brushes. So you could do that. I want to show you some fun things to use that for as far as the leaves are concerned. And then I have, both of these are 12 flats. And I'm going to have two colors in my morning glory, the pink and white and the cobalt and white. So I put those next to the white so that I can show you how to use this double loader well. First thing you do, guys, is you wet your brush, lay it down flat. Now, these are my value pack brushes. So what's really awesome about these brushes, they're right at $15.99, $16. 10 of my most used brushes. Now, I do have signature brushes that are lavender and white, and all the specialty brushes in the pack have my roses on them. Well, these are $39.95 with 13 most used brushes. So you have the fans and the rakes and the filberts and other brushes in there with the angle. And this one, there's no angle in here, but we have many flats, which I use a lot of flats, from a 2 to a 6, 10, 12, 8, 10, 12. Then we have a 1/4 inch scruffy that I show y'all quite a bit. And then we have a 3/4 scruffy. So the most used brushes, other than these, is a 16 flat. So you can order just a 16 or a fan from my website, onestroke.com, onestroke.com. All right, so we just wanted you to know those are killer set, good quality brushes for that much, just let you know. This is my double loader, and I even have a cap and a lid, right, to keep this from running all over the place. I've got this ready. I just like to see a few of those things, because sometimes, this is the first time you ever watched me and you might not know some of these little tips, okay? So I'm going to start with my wicker white and magenta on my 12 flat. Now, you saw me wet it first. Then I'm going to come right here and go back and forth, picking up, pushing hard. I got a little bit more magenta. Push hard, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Now, the key when you do your first stroke, I just taught a lesson today, and it was very difficult for people because they continued to not load the brush properly. All right, so what you want to do and go push back and forth with lots of pressure so that inside the brush, the bristles have paint on them. That way, they're not splitting away when you're trying to do a stroke. So this is real hard, pushing back and forth. Now it's inside the brush. Now what I need to do is pick up both colors on side to side, or split and come in here. This time, I just want to blend the color on the surface of the brush. Okay, so from then on, I can come right here and pick up more every time I need paint. And I can go right in here and barely tip the chisel of the brush. And this is the chisel, because what I want is I want it to feel like butter when I'm stroking, okay? So let's flip this over so I don't have paint on there. All right, so I might have this flower headed this way, all right? So what I'm gonna do is I wanna slide, we're giving you homework, slide down and come back up. And like if I was doing a bell, kind of like from here to here, like a bell shape. All right, so it's real important that you get the stroke in here, and see it's a little bit darker here, a little bit lighter at the top. And the circle of the flower is the opening is gonna be right there. All right, and then I'm gonna have another one coming down. So you can draw this with a pencil, or you can come in here and just stroke it. Okay. All right, so I did a bigger one, a smaller one. So I'm going to leave that with pink in it because I want to use it a little bit later. Now I'm going to wet this next brush, lay it on the paper towel, and I want to get half and half again with the blue and the white. Cobalt and wicker white. Okay, so now we're just flattening the brush. Okay, so the first thing I want to do, I want to show you that I can start here and push down, come right in front of it, and I'm doing like an S. So chisel, push, and stand up. All right, that's going to be the new bud. All right, so now what I'm going to do here, I want you to see that I'm going to come across here, and let me move this so that my hand's not in front. What I want you to see is I'm going to chisel, pressure, chisel. All right, so all the way around this, pressure, stand up, pressure, stand up. And this, to make sure you're getting the shape, you might want to take chalk or pencil and draw this for yourself so that you stay within the boundaries of where you want to be. I stroke through my paint. All right, so I'm going to come up a little bit, grab that, come up a little bit, grab that. See, what I could have done is come a little bit closer over here. All right. All right, so I'm just taking the white edge of the brush. All right, you see that? All right, now. Okay, so I'm going to come right here and do a smile. See that? It's the same kind of look that I did reverse on those outside edge. All right, so the delivery guy slammed something on my door. I'm thinking, who's trying to break in? All right, so I cleaned that up a little bit. Now this is the key. What I want to have happen is I want you to look into the trumpet. So what you want to do, see how I line this up right here with the smile? So what you want to do is you want to be able to see into the, oh my goodness. I'll clean this up. You want to come right in here and come across like this, and across like this, and wipe the blue off. And we're going to pull some pink from the throat there. All right, so then I can come a little bit more, just put a little bit stronger pink there. Can you see that? That makes it really nice. I'll show you. I did that on purpose so I can show you how to clean this up. How's that sound? Okay, so I'm going to watercolor this look out here. A little watercolor look. A little bit out here. So you just add some water, and when we get through, you'll go, oh, she meant to do that. All right. So now let's do this one over here. Now what I can do is I can come in here and clean up that edge. All right. All right. I'm going to smooth that out. That's a good lesson. I just taught you how to fix something. Okay. All righty. So then what we want to do is I'm going to go again and pick up the pink. Now this is just, I think this is almost an easier way. I got to reload. That's why I shouldn't have put this in water. Sorry. All right. So I have this ready. Now on this, I want to pick up more blue. All right. And when I go along here, I'm going to take and wiggle all the way around. Okay, so I'll come all the way around, and what I can do is put a few of these little splits in here. 1, 2, 3, up on the chisel of the brush. All right, and I am going to come right in here and do a little smile right there. But remember, I want to come back here and put some pink in there. All right. Now what I didn't do is over here, I'm curving that one. I'm curving that one, that one. This one curves in. And then this one's here and there. All right, see, it just like makes it look a little bit more realistic. Now, oh, that's where that smile was. Okay. Now what I want you to see in here is I want to put more pink in there. All right, so I'm going to pick out the magenta. All right. Now you want the pink first because then we can put the blue on top of it. It looks more natural. All right. So I'll clean them both up. Now I'm going to take my little liner, a 2-script liner. This is taking a little bit longer, but what's good about it as it's teaching you steps. Excuse my Band-Aid. I broke my nail today. All right, I'm coming across. And then here across. See, so that goes down into the trumpet area. Same thing happens here. I'm going to bring this down. All the way in. Okay, there we go. Now, all I have to do, and I don't have the yellow out. Let me grab it, excuse me. Oops, got a lot of yellow. All I have to do is grab the handle of this brush and do a dip dot. That comes right in there, but it doesn't come over this line. All right, see how it looks down in there? Because it doesn't have a stamen that sticks out. But I also can come right in here and do a white glare, because what happens right here is that you see a good shine inside. And so the yellow wouldn't come out anywhere else into the area there. Okay, so look, I'm using my angle brush, loading it the same way, but I want the tip to end up being the darker color. But I can pick up some white, get some light colors here. All right, so I'm going to come right in here, do a little bit over here. Look at this. I have one that comes up here, push, come all the way up and around, push. And then I'm going to grab right in here. Come up a little bit higher so you see how this lines up. So see, that's not too bad. When it all dries, it looks like I did that on purpose. And the beauty of that is lots of times somebody does drop their brush or paint drips. There we go. All right, so this is easier probably with a flat brush, but what I want to show you is I'm going to come out here and then I'm going to touch, pressure, stand up. Now what's happening is I can go stroke over that, touch, push. I keep coming over and getting more paint. All right, so right here, chisel, push. All right, so we're going to come out this way and we do 1, 2, 3. All right. So this is kind of a fun little lesson showing you that it's not that hard, and there's 2 simple ways. Let's get inky thickets for curly cues, and then I'm rolling the water in them. Now, this one's more difficult. This is more realistic, but this one still gives you that illusion and it's fun. All right, so I'm going to come here and I'm going to take my little finger and I'm going to come here and I'm doing 3 circles with my little finger, a couple of little ones. All right, so I'm coming from here All right. Or I could come right here, watch this. I'm going to touch and wave. So wave, and that curl looks good too. Because you got to practice on those curly cues. And then, so you go 1, 2, 3, reverse, do a couple. Now what I'd like to do is you try a couple of the morning glories. And then do what you really like and how it makes you feel about yourself when you do it. All right, so, well, look how pretty that pink looks in there. I can put some more color after it's dry. I can float some more color in there if I want. Isn't that kind of fun? All righty, thank you. Practice and share, please, on our Facebook group, the Donna Dewberry's official one-stroke group. Thank you very much. Check out our products. I love to be here with one every week. Go to the beginning if this is the first one you watched. Well, this practice strokes on Fridays are for all those who said, ma'am, where do I start? If you don't know what this is for, if you don't know what this brush is for, if you don't know how to fluff the scruffy and get this ready to paint, those are the things you can go. Quick and easy tutorials sharing how to make these things happen. Thank you so much. Till next week. Bye.